This Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals played the San Francisco 49ers for the second and final time of the season. As we all know, divisional games are always competitive no matter how bad a team is, so this should be a good one. The Cardinals are coming off a super tough loss to the Packers after this happened right here, and honestly, I don't want to talk about it, so we're just going to move on. But unlike us, the 49ers actually won their game last week against the Chicago Bears 33-23, but all I'm going to say is the standings don't lie. Every football fan knows who the best team in the NFC West is, and let me just say, it's not the 49ers. But to be fair, you guys have been missing your best player in George Kittle after he got hurt in week 4 in Seattle, so I will cut you guys some slack. But luckily for you, you should get him back really soon because a couple days ago, they just activated his practice window, so you guys should expect to see him on the field really soon. And plus, you guys also got Jimmy Garoppolo back, and with the whole nother half of the season left, I could honestly see you guys making a late playoff push. And if you guys end up as the 7th or 6th seed, I wouldn't be surprised. But going back to our matchup, the Cardinals have been playing well all year long, hence a 7-1 record, but we're honestly in an interesting predicament. The past couple weeks, we've been without center Rodney Hudson, who's been our best offensive lineman this season, and this week, we finally activated him off IR, meaning that he's gonna be active this week. If you're a Cardinals fan or someone who's just watched a Cardinals game in the past 2 to 3 weeks, you've probably seen how bad our offensive line has been, especially in our game against Cleveland, where we probably had 57.5 botched snaps. So the fact that Kyler gets his starting center back is going to be huge for this offense. And speaking of Kyler, last week against the Packers, he said he got landed on wrong, causing him to get injured, and currently, his status is up in the air. Murray told reporters this week, though, that he should be good to go, and even Cliff reiterated the same thing. Cliff said that even if Kyler doesn't practice this week, he would still be comfortable playing him. He said had this happened earlier in his career, though, Murray wouldn't play. A lot of it has to do with Kyler having a better understanding of this offense, and well, so far this week, Murray hasn't practiced, but instead, he's been rehabbing with the Cardinals training staff, which is obviously the smartest thing to do in this situation.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
And when Kyler was asked about him rehabbing and getting some time off, he said, I hadn't really had any rest at all since the season started, so to get those days off, it definitely helps. So personally, if I had to take a guess on whether he plays or not, I'd probably lean a little more towards him playing, but I wouldn't even be mad if he sat out one game and got an extra weeks of rest just to make sure he's 100%. I mean, after all, we need him healthy to make a deep playoff push, so if that means sitting him out an extra week and letting Colt McCoy take over, I'm 100% for that. And staying on the same track of big-time injuries for this Cardinals team, Deandre Hopkins retweaked his hamstring on this touchdown catch against the Green Bay Packers, and Hop being Hop, he kept running on the field during the game trying to help his team win. Now, we don't know the severity of this injury, but Hop hasn't practiced all week due to it. For the first time in a long time, Hop might miss a game. And if you want to know how crazy Hopkins missing a game is, he's only missed 2 so far in his 8-year career. Let that sink in. Now, would I be shocked if somehow DeAndre Hopkins finds a way to play? No, I wouldn't. But I also feel like it's in his best interest to sit this one out and get fully healthy. It's just like the Kyler situation. If he's not healthy to play, there's no point in potentially re-aggravating your injury. So if that means sitting out 1 week and getting fully healthy, you do that. But Hop doesn't miss games, so even if he is still in pain, I wouldn't be shocked to see him on that field. The guy's just built different.
My body's different.
But something that would make the loss of DeAndre Hopkins even tougher is that our wide receiver AJ Green is currently on 19 protocol and is likely out for this game. Although AJ Green had a massive brain fart last week, he's honestly been amazing all season for us regardless. Through 8 games so far, AJ Green has 29 receptions for 456 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he even had a game over 100 yards receiving. So potentially losing him, DeAndre Hopkins, and Kyler Murray isn't necessarily ideal, but we just gotta have that next man up mentality and find a way to win this football game. Obviously, losing some of your best players is gonna be tough, but good teams always find ways to win games like this, and if the Cardinals are able to do these things right here, I'm liking their chances to walk away with the dub. So first things first, whether the Cardinals have Colt McCoy or Kyler behind center, they gotta take care of the ball and limit their turnovers. I mean, I feel like that goes without saying because in the NFL, you gotta value your possessions, but if Colt McCoy is behind center, things are going to look a little different, and ball security is going to be a super key priority. And while we're going to have to limit our turnovers, we have to find a way to force turnovers as well. Our defense has been amazing all season long, and if we can get this 49ers offense to cough the ball up, we're going to put ourselves in a good position to win this game. But even though our defense has been stellar all season long, there's been one glaring hole, and that's run defense. Our run defense hasn't been great, and last week, the Packers took advantage of that. This defense held the 49ers to 10 total points in their their last matchup. And if they can somehow do that again, there's a 0% chance the 49ers win. Now, is that going to be easy? Absolutely not. Is it possible though? Of course. In the NFL, anything's possible. I mean, the other week we saw the Cardinals hold the Texans to 5 total points. That normally doesn't happen. Now, are the Texans one of the worst teams in the league? Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're still an NFL team for a reason, so holding them to 5 points is crazy. But if the Cardinals can do those things, I just don't see a way they lose this one. And if I had to make a prediction for the game, I got the Cardinals winning it 24-13. That is a super bold prediction, considering last week the 49ers scored 33, but this week I want to take a little bit of a wilder guess. And if you're someone who disagrees with my prediction, I'm going to give you guys a chance to offer your rebuttal. There's going to be 2 comments down below. One's going to be for the Cardinals winning, and the other one's going to be for the 49ers winning. So what I want you to do is basically vote on who you think is going to win Sunday's matchup, but here's the twist. Since I know most of the people subscribed to this channel are probably Cardinals fans, I want you to put your bias aside, and here's why. So I'm going to be keeping track of my personal prediction record, and I'm also going to be keeping track of your guys' comment section as well. And at the end of the season, we're going to see who predicted more games right. And when it comes to voting, you guys are going to have to work together to try and predict as many games correct as possible, which is why I told you guys to be unbiased. Currently, we both have records of 6-2 as we both guessed the Packers last week. So right now, it's neck and neck. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention is at the end of the year, if you guys as a comment section end up with a better overall record than me, I'll be giving away a Kyler Murray jersey. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you guys vote on the teams you think are going to win each and every week. With that being said, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post NFL and NBA videos, so if you're a fan of either of those or both of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, that's all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.